So picture this. It's December. Everyone's losing their minds over holiday sales. And my boss looks me dead in the eye and says, "Then call the fire department." I thought she was joking. She wasn't. Yeah, this was back in the 90s. So yeah, I've earned my gray hairs. Behind her, the exit's buried under shiny gift boxes and fake snow. Carts squeak, perfume hangs thick in the air. A baby's crying somewhere under the lights. And in my head, this voice goes, "Fire marshals don't play." So yeah, I called. It was the early 90s, 3 floors of glitter and chaos. Corporate kept yelling, "More units out!" So we built walls of merchandise and pretended exit signs were just decorations. I told my supervisor. She sighed. "We can't move fixtures without approval." Then the manager smiled that tired, already defeated smile. Corporate says maximize visibility. Translation, profit over safety. I didn't want to be a hero. I just didn't want people to die under discount banners. So on my lunch break, I walked out into the freezing wind, found a payphone, and called. On my way home later, I even stopped by a government building, asked the receptionist how to reach them. She just pointed to a phone on the wall. A calm voice answered. The chief himself, actually. He even laughed, like this kind of thing wasn't rare. I told him everything. Blocked exits, overcrowding, 0 escape routes. He said, "We'll take a look." Click. Silence. And just like that, I'd crossed a line I couldn't uncross. That night, I barely slept. What if they came? What if they didn't? Either way, it was on me now. The next morning, they came. Gray uniforms, calm faces, total authority. The fire chief looked around once, slow and sharp. "Blocked egress," he said. Didn't raise his voice. Didn't have to. The manager rushed over, sweating. "Corporate required these displays." The chief didn't blink. "You'll lose that argument." Then, close it down. And the whole store froze. Registers stopped. People stared. It was like someone hit mute on Christmas. My supervisor looked at me. She knew. And my heart did this weird thing. Relief and terror fighting in the same space. That was the first hit of adrenaline. I'd done it. Now what? They shut the store down. For hours, we moved shelves, opened blocked doors, tore down the pretty walls we'd built. No one talked. Just tape ripping, boxes sliding, someone quietly crying. Corporate called. The manager's face went from red to white to gray. We couldn't hear the words, but we could feel it. That kind of panic you can't put in an email. Then came the silence. The good kind. The kind that means change is finally happening. Late that afternoon, the chief walked the floor again. He stopped at one of the exits we'd just cleared. Light from the green sign spilled across the floor, like air finally coming back to the lungs. He looked at the manager. This is what it's supposed to look like." Something in me cracked open. I didn't expect to cry, but I did. Because that's what justice sounds like. It doesn't roar. It exhales. For a moment, the whole place stood still. No music, no chatter. Just quiet, safe air. That was the real climax. Not the shutdown, but that breath of safety returning to the building. After that day, the store changed. Whenever someone tried to overfill an aisle, the new magic phrase was, "The fire department won't allow that." Even the managers said it with respect, like the words themselves carried weight. A few weeks later, my seasonal job ended. On my last night, I walked past that same exit, wide open, glowing bright red, and I smiled. Funny thing, my supervisor never mentioned it again. I don't think she even remembered. I used to think doing the right thing meant being loud or brave, but silence can burn too. Sometimes courage is just dialing a number with shaking hands. Now, wherever I go, if I see an exit blocked just for the week, I hear that voice again, then call the fire department. And honestly, I probably would, because safety isn't optional. It's the ground we stand on. That day I learned something simple. Sometimes the biggest rescue is when nothing burns at all. The fire department doesn't play, and thank God for that.